Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to the video. This is Fishman Vlogger 193, and by the time this goes to air, I'll be up north at the northern end of Lake Superior visiting my daughter. She lives in a small town called Marathon, and yeah, it's been a little while since I've seen her, and it's going to be nice to have a little bit of time with her. So this is being processed on Wednesday, but I missed last week's video because of work, so a little bit of time has gone by and a few things have happened. One of the things that I am going to get to when I get back is how to more detailed, I guess is what I should say, for culturing paramecia. I have been doing a fair amount of things, and I got actually a number of interesting comments. You're going to see another one of the little experiments that I've got going a little later on in the video, and I have, like I said, has some interesting results. So hopefully you're going to find some of that kind of cool. One of the things I've been doing is, I don't think you're going to be able to see it this way, but I've been culturing paramecia in here because the killifish that's in here has got quite a bit bigger, as you can see just there off to the upper left. He doesn't bother them, or she doesn't bother them anymore, so I've been culturing these guys by feeding scuds mostly, and throwing a little bit of straw in there as well. So that's working out really quite well. I will show you a bit more detail, of course, coming up. These tanks have settled in very well. I could have easily put fish in them a week ago now, and shrimp and plants and all that sort of stuff. But again, like busy, and they're all set. The other problem is, of course, I'm not entirely sure what I want to put in them. I have gone back and forth on a couple of things. One of the things I plan on doing is breeding the white clods in that first pond you saw. And what I could do is, split the batches so that there's half in one and half in the other and do different feeding regimes. That's a possibility, and of course I always breed lots of guppies, so that's another one. And one thing that's actually kind of good that I managed to remove all those plants, and so this is more visible now. I'm getting really low on angelfish. I had moved more angels out to clients' tanks than I had thought I had, and I barely have enough now to actually keep a breeding colony going. So that's another thing I need to be doing very soon, is getting them paired off and breeding, and hopefully that'll happen in the next couple of months. They're big enough now, so that shouldn't be much of an issue. And one of the things I found, this is a build I did. This is a sponge filter with individual little layers that you can alter the which one you clean, and you can cycle them so that you don't have to clean them all at one time. I really like this little filter, but again, I got lost under all that stuff and forgot all about it. It also has a really interesting diffuser on the top of it, so that will definitely go into service, and I'll be using that on a bunch of my tanks. This male gardener eye is basically holding his own against these OB zebra fry. These are African cichlids. He's maybe marginally bigger than them now, but he doesn't put up with anything from them, so it's kind of interesting. Maybe I found the thing that you can keep them with. And so this is the male that I'm going to be swapping him out for. They were in here, and they probably laid a ton of eggs, so I'm going to need to pull them out and find an aquarium for them, and get the other male in with these females and breeding. Or of course I can wait till the other fry, which are beginning to sex out, you're going to see in a little bit, get them to set them up to breed and stuff. So there you go, this tank's doing nice. I mostly film this to keep my eye on the platy fry, because sometimes when fry are young for platies, they have a different color pattern than they do when they're older, and as you can see, these are no exception. They're definitely turning into tuxedos. And these guys are going to get consolidated, this tank here and the tank next door, because I want to free up some space, and they're not very aggressive, so they should be fine. As you can see, I'm getting ready for a trip, so there are no jars of brine shrimp hatching, and this is the different version for keeping paramecia. You can see there's a very, very tiny amount of air being bubbled into this. I've done that in the past. I have bubbled air into paramecia cultures, and I found that it did reduce the amount of production, but also completely eliminated the smell. So I have a couple of ideas. One commenter left a bunch of very interesting ideas that I'm going to try out as well. That's all coming up, and I'll probably end up doing more than just one video for how to culture stuff. So if you're interested in that, hopefully there'll be stuff coming up for you. At the end of this video, I did manage to disturb all that all of that, and I got I saw the baby Coolie Loach, but I couldn't film him. I did manage to film, I think might be a juvenile. It's hard to tell. I do remember the size of them when I put them in there, but they should be much larger than that now, so it may be that they're ongoing, so we'll see. These are now the Gardneri. As you can see, they're getting considerably larger, and the only thing I find a little unfortunate about this is that's an awful lot of males. I do see a female, but again, it could just be a young male. So I'm going to have to wait and see. I'm going to have to go back and look through. I used to have some literature on breeding these guys, and they are affected by pH, so I'm definitely getting a skew. So I think I'm going to have to alter the pH the next time I breed them, because otherwise it's not going to have enough males. That's not females, sorry. So, guppies are doing good, as you can see. They're thriving quite well, and that's the problem. I need to divide these up, and those two tanks that is cleaned out are candidates, and also the consolidation tank between the Borlei fry is another possibility. Need to, like I said, try and get a little bit, not so much line breeding, but certainly some color forms here. I would like to get together with their own colonies and see if I can get some amount of consistency with them. And yeah, I want to keep as much genetic variety as possible, of course, because that's the important thing. And as you can see, the duckweed is not gone. That's just crazy. I mean, I clean it out. There's none to be seen. I get a little busy for a week or two, and all of a sudden it's back. I'll keep at it. Hopefully, eventually, sometime in the distant future, the duckweed will actually be gone. We'll see, though. Who knows? So the fish room is getting ready, more and more close towards the 200 video where all the tanks are going to be good. I do have some plecos I'm going to be picking up from one of my clients soon, so I want to get them breeding as well as the albinos. And that bottom row on the far side of the fish room needs a lot of work before I'm going to do any recording with it. So here is the Coolie Loach. It is small. It's less than 2 inches, which means it is not the originals. So they are breeding in here, but I thought I would do a little bit of recording, see if I can find somebody small wiggling around in there. Sorry for the poor quality, but it is in the back end of my fish room. Anyway, leave comments, let me know what you think about all this, and I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.